confidence. The struggle is real. And I talk a lot about confidence and the myth of confidence and imposter syndrome in a lot of different contexts. But today I want to talk about it particularly in the context of looking for a job, because there are a few different junctures where you really need some confidence, whether it's sending in your resume, stepping into an interview, stepping into a negotiation. It helps to know that you're a baller. So let's start off with thinking about the opposite of confidence, moment of pure insecurity. So if you want, you can close your eyes. You don't have to. So conjure up a time when you felt hugely insecure. Maybe your heart was racing, your palms were sweaty, you were breathing heavily. Get in touch with that feeling. And identify what emotions were going on for you at that time. Maybe you were feeling uneasy, stressed, helpless, inept. Afraid. Unsure. Whatever words go with that for you. Now conjure up the opposite, a moment when you felt so confident, so sure of yourself. Think about how that feels in your body. What's your breathing doing? And think about what emotions are going on for you in that moment. Do you feel certain, elated, excited, curious, creative? How do you feel in that moment? And when you're done, you can go ahead and open your eyes. So if you're like the other people I've talked to, there's a good chance that one of those felt better than the other. And as a species, we like good feelings. We like to feel confident and sure of ourselves, like ballers. We really don't want to feel like the scared little kid on the playground. So why do we wind up feeling that way so often? All of us have this little voice, our inner critic, that tells us all the ways we suck, basically. It says things like, you're not good enough, you don't know what you're doing, how dare you apply to this job, you're definitely underqualified, they're going to look at that gap on your resume and think you're just a complete loser, helpful stuff like that. And this voice, its goal is to keep us safe. It wants us to not step out of our comfort zone. It wants us to stay in our dead-end job, not put ourselves out there, not try something new, because evolutionarily, things that aren't new, we know they're safe. They didn't kill us last time. They're not going to kill us next time. But any moment that you step out of your comfort zone, you could die, basically, is what this voice believes, is what evolution has taught us. But when you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous, right? Like, that if you step into this interview or you apply for that job, you're not going to die. Like, nothing's really going to happen to you. But we still believe on this primal level that anything that we haven't already done could potentially kill us. But by its very nature, the job hunt, you're doing something new. You're either talking to new people, putting yourself out there for new opportunities, or you're taking a new job. You're doing something completely new. And even if there are parts of it you've done before, there are parts that you haven't. And part of your brain is saying, well, that could kill you. So it's not very helpful, that part. But you realize as we frame it this way that the question is no longer, how can I be confident during the job hunt or stepping into the new job? It becomes, how can I take care of myself when I'm operating at the edge of my comfort zone? How can I take care of myself when I'm experiencing all of these insecure feelings? And you're smart. I bet you know some ways to take care of yourself when you're feeling really crummy. But here are a few ways that I love and that I often recommend to my clients. And the resources that I'm going to focus on are all ones that you can pull out if you've got about 10 minutes before you have to step into an interview. One is a tool created by Kristen Neff and Christopher Germer, who are the people who pioneered mindful self-compassion. And they have this great 5-minute meditation. It's called a self-compassion break. So this 5-minute self-compassion meditation is a great way to take a moment and just be nice to yourself and help yourself get out of that panic, I'm about to die place into, I'm okay, I will survive this new thing. I've survived new things in the past. Similarly, you can just be aware of your breathing, your pulse. There's a very simple breathing tool called the 4x4 breath, where you inhale for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and then hold your breath for a count of 4. And just do that repeatedly, and it brings your breathing down because you're telling your brain, you're telling your fight or flight system, this isn't a fight or flight situation. We don't need to be ready to run away or fight. We can calm down and, go into this interview. I love channeling my inner badass. For me, it looks a lot like a cross between Indiana Jones and Carmen Sandiego. But whoever your inner badass is, maybe it's just someone you know who inspires you. Kind of think about, what would they do in this situation? What would they feel like in this situation? What would they be wearing? How would they walk? How would they breathe? How would they talk? And just, put them on like a costume, if that's what it takes for you to feel confident in that moment. And sometimes that can just be enough to help us get back in touch with our comfort zone. Finally, acknowledge that it's hard to step out of your comfort zone. What you're asking yourself to do is a difficult thing. For your body, for your mind, all the parts of you, it's hard. So give yourself a break. If you go to an interview, don't then make yourself do a bunch of other hard stuff that afternoon. If you have any control over your day, try to give yourself a break. Maybe, take a long lunch, or give yourself a foot massage, take a nap, whatever you need to make that a sustainable thing. Acknowledge that what you're doing is hard and that you deserve to take care of yourself as a result. I hope this helps and that people will stop beating themselves up for not being confident, because it's a myth. It's not a thing that you can have and do anything interesting in your life. And know that the coolest thing about your comfort zone is that you can grow it. By continuing to step out of it, new things fall into your comfort zone. So I can't wait to hear about all the awesome, brave things that you guys do as a result of stepping out of your comfort zone. Good luck.